You know what I'm saying? Just renew your mind. Now let's look at this. This woman explains that her Black family traditions are toxic, right? So we're gonna check out this clip real quick, and we're gonna break some of these mental and spiritual curses. All right, let's look at this sister right here.
We don't just pass down recipes, we pass down.
Can y'all hear this, sister? Can y'all hear the video? Let me know. Always. Appreciate that. Can y'all hear this, sister?
Let's talk about dysfunctional Black families because.
Okay, all praise. All right. So this sister is talking about dysfunctional Black families, how she was raised, like a lot of sisters.
Down trauma. Let's talk about dysfunctional Black families because too many of us call trauma tradition. You grew up with.
You heard that? We call trauma tradition. Because I told you to. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you to. That's tradition. But we have to break that. We have to break down the understanding and let our children know why we said what we're saying. Let's listen.
You couldn't tell. Beatings that got called discipline and silence that got called respect.
So some of y'all sisters may have been abused with, I've heard flat irons, I heard wire hangers, I heard broomsticks, you know what I'm saying? And list goes on. So what do you do with that? Do you continue the cycle? Do you do it to your daughters? You know what I'm saying? What's next?
You were told what happens in this house stays in this house. But do you know what that really did? It taught you how to suppress, not how to heal. Black excellence isn't just about money, it's breaking the cycles that kept us bound.
All right. So it's about breaking the cycles. That's what the Most High is commanding us, to break the cycles, right? So Titus 2. Let's see how we break the cycle. Let's see how we break the cycle. Titus 2. And this is always good for sisters just to really meditate on and really come back to daily. Y'all need to come back to this daily. Titus 2. All right. The aged woman likewise. Now, it's not just y'all fault. It's the mothers, the grandmothers, the aunts. You feel what I'm saying? The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. Now, a lot of these sisters we find in the so-called Christian church. A lot of these sisters we find in these sororities. A lot of these sisters we find in these elite organizations that they continue on tradition because it's comfortable. It's something they're used to. And basically they just look at it like, if it worked to where I'm living a comfortable lifestyle, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? So let me just continue. Even if it does, cause pain or trauma or, you know what I'm saying, psychological damage. Let me just continue on. All right. So it say that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands. A lot of older sisters don't teach their daughters to love that ain't being taught. That ain't being taught. And if it is being taught, it's few and far in between. You know what I'm saying? All right, to love their husbands, to love their children. Hold on, time out. Titus is saying, teach the young women to love their husbands and love their children. Why would that need to be in the Bible? A lot of women will be like, they'll say, you might have heard a woman say, we know how to love our children. That's why the children come with the women and they don't come with the man when you separate. That's false. Time out. That's false. That's false. That's false. If a man had time, and normally it comes down to his own business. If a man had time, he could raise his children by himself. There's stats on there. There's statistics on that. Now, when it leads to a woman to do it by herself, she has no real ground. That's new ground. That's new ground that she's trying to figure out. You feel what I'm saying? And like I say, it's not their fault that they don't know. It's just that nobody guided them or instructed them on how to live that life, on how to get a covering, a husband. That's why it says the aged women have to teach the younger women how to love their husbands and their children. So many women out there that have trauma from mothers not showing love or just seeing their mother talk down to their father and stuff like that. That's why it's in the Bible. If we already did it, it wouldn't be there.